Hello, my lovely learners. Welcome once again to our virtual learning class. Today, we'll be doing revision on our last lesson, that is waste and what? Waste management. That is what? Waste and what? Waste management. Okay? We'll go over again. Why should we still go over waste and how to manage waste at home? Nowadays, we have realized that most diseases or sickness are caused by hot, dirty hot environment, and those dirt all comes from where? From the waste we produce at what? At home. Okay, it all comes from the waste we produce at home. So we need to do what? Learn waste well, learn how to what? Manage waste well. Then from there we will be able to do what? Prevent the spread of what? Sickness or diseases at home. I will still will be hot, strong, very hot, very strong. Okay? Waste to by always produce what? Waste. But how to manage that? To keep the environment hot, clean is the most important thing. Good. Let's look at waste. So waste is what? Any unwanted or unusable material or substance in our hot environment. Any unwanted, unusable material, when you don't want the thing, when the thing becomes unuseful to you, it becomes what? Waste. When you don't want something, the thing becomes what? A waste. Okay? Very good. Now, let's look at this. This is a rag that we used to do what? To dust our desk. Okay? We used to clean our desk, to keep our desk clean. Okay? Good. So it's all useful to us, though it's dirty, but it's all useful to us. But the moment we don't need it anymore and we let it down there, it becomes what? A waste in the environment. Okay? It becomes a waste. Good. Now let's look at these papers. These papers, we buy the paper for what? For our drawing lessons. So after the lessons, and we don't need these papers anymore, they become what? Waste. So when you dump it there, it will make that place hot, dirty. It will make the place hot, look untidy. Okay? So it's what? A waste. Good. This our duster too. You can see that our duster is very hot, dirty. But since we are using it, it's not what? A waste. It's useful to us. But the moment we don't need it anymore, it becomes what? A waste. Okay? Good. The same time, this is my marker. When I'm using it and the ink is not coming anymore, I will not need it what? Anymore. So the time I don't need it anymore, the marker becomes what? A waste. Okay? The marker becomes a waste. Very good. Let's look at this. For example, you can see that the guy or the boy is littering around. Why? All the things he's dumping there, he don't do what? He doesn't need them anymore. He doesn't do what? Need them anymore. So they become what? A waste. And as it becomes a waste, it becomes what? A litter. And it's what? It makes the area or the surrounding, the environment what? Dirty. Okay? Very good. Now let's look at this. For example, you are having hot. Your mother bought a new dress for you. Okay? The dress is very new. Okay? But you don't like that dress. Okay? You don't like the dress, so you don't want to use the dress, and you just keep it in your hut or kept it in your cupboard. Okay? So that dress is what? A waste. Okay, because you are not going to do what? To use it, or maybe you just, because you don't like it, you just leave it anywhere. It is what? A waste, because you don't need it what? Anymore. So we are saying that waste is what? Any unwanted or unuseful material or substance in what? our environment. Okay, when the thing become unuseful, when you don't want it anymore, it become what? A waste. There are some things that when we look at it, we see that this thing is not nice, it's not good for us to use, but to somebody it will be what? Useful to that person. So to that person it's not a waste. Okay, but we can see something that is very what? Nice, very beautiful, but to someone it's not useful to that person. For example, let's look at this. Let's say we have a new dress and we give it to what? A mad person. To the mad person, it doesn't need what? The new dress. So to him, the new shirt is what? A waste, because he's not going to do what? To use it. The same time, your old dresses, okay, your old dresses, you just pack them in the cupboard and they have what? Occupy space. Meanwhile, you are not going to do what? To use them. To you, they become what? Waste to you. But when you have given it out to your friends that need it, that are going to use it, then it's no more waste with your friend. But to you, since you don't need it anymore and you just kept them in the cupboard, it's what? Waste. But the moment it becomes useful to your friend, it's no more what? A waste. Okay, very good. So we are saying that anything at all that we don't need and we just leave them around in the environment, we are still keeping them in the environment, but we don't need them anymore, we don't need it anymore, it becomes what? A waste. Very good. Then we also have solid and liquid waste. Okay, we have solid and liquid waste. Good. Okay, very good. So now let's look at some types of what? Waste. Let's look at some types of waste. One, we have a plastic or waste. Okay, the plastic waste, let's look at some examples. We have a plastic bags, plastic or bottles, plastic or jars, and plastic containers. Okay, good. All this, you see, the plastic bag, the moment you put your things inside, it's not what? A waste. But the moment you have taken your things out of it and you don't need them anymore, then from there they become what? Waste. Then that waste must be managed. Okay, when it's not well managed, it's now coming to make the environment what? Dirty. Good. So number one, you have a plastic waste. So waste, things made of plastic that we don't need anymore. We have used them, and after using them, we don't need them anymore. Okay, they are what? Plastic waste. And we have a whole lot of plastic waste. We have, for example, this chair is made of what? Plastic. Then this bottle is also made of what? Plastics. Okay, now when we don't need this chair anymore, the chair becomes what? A plastic waste. And at the same time, this bowl, when we don't need it anymore, it also becomes what? A plastic waste. Very good. Okay, and when we look at the marker, the cover of the marker, the container of the marker too, it's a plastic. Okay, so when we don't need the marker anymore, the container becomes a plastic waste. Very good. Let's quickly continue. Then we have paper or card waste. We have paper or card waste. For this waste, most of the time we generate this waste in our various schools. We generate this most of the time. We generate this waste in our various schools, printing press, and sometimes so in our homes. Let's look at some example. We have cardboards, newspaper, old books. Okay, old books or even torn books that we don't need anymore. They become a paper waste. Good. Let's continue. Now we have we have rubber. We have rubber or polythene waste. Then we have polythene bags, sachet water bags, packaging rubbers. They are all solid. They are all rubber waste or polythene waste. Then we have metal waste. Examples are all old plates, old spoons, scraps of metals. our daddy's what old cars or body, the spoiled what car that our daddy is not using anymore, they become what a scraps. Okay, so old metals are hot scraps. Then we have our solid rubbish, we generate them at home. Then we also have our ceramics and glass what waste. Okay, ceramics and glass waste. Okay, so all this waste we are talking about here, we must what manage them. If not, they will litter our environment, and the environment become dirty and become a breeding ground for the spread of our diseases. Okay, good. I hope you study hard at home and keep your environment clean. So we'll meet again. Have a nice day. Bye.